How's everybody doing today? Good, good. Well, thank you all for the applause. I'm very happy to be here. And let me tell you something. I'll be honest with you, because growing up scares the shit out of me. And I'm so serious, because growing up is when you realize that instead of being an astronaut or a NASCAR driver, you're really just going to be Mark from HR that everybody hates. Now, my name is Cedric Clyburn, and for the past 2 years, I've worked at a summer camp and spent countless hours babysitting. There I am. So I know I have real-world experience dealing with children and understanding their personality types and behaviors. More importantly, I'm here to convince you that growing up is one of your worst life events, and what you can do to stay youthful like the children that I deal with. Now, common sense tells us what growing up means. Responsibilities, mental and emotional development, all that jazz. Columbia University of New York defines growing up as including characteristics such as humility, humbleness, confidence, independence. It goes on and on. My definition, however, is when you start to lose your youthful characteristics in your personality. Now, why would it be a bad idea to grow up? That's simple, because you stop doing things like this. It was really cold that day, by the way. And you start doing things like this. And I'm not here to hate on office jobs or yell at you for not running 3 marathons a day. But what I am here to do is help you to retap the energy and regain the lifestyle that comes from being youthful. Now, we're always told to work longer and harder and faster to get more out of life, but it seems like it doesn't really work like that. Meanwhile, we see children running around, having fun, being in the moment, and being bored. Raise your hand if you've been bored recently. Oh, that's a little bit more than I was thinking. But you see, by working with children and understanding them, I've been able to come up with a more realistic way of how they do what they do. Now, to begin, we need to look at how a child's brain works. The part critical to this talk is up there, top left, the frontal lobe, which is extremely active during a child's development and also controls thought as well as voluntary behavior. But having real-world experience with these kids, this is how I see it. Being bored, yelling, complaining, and then sometimes they think and explore, and that's the fun part. But what I can take away from this childlike brain is what I can boil down to what I call the 3 youthful principles. And you might ask, Cedric, what are the 3 youthful principles? And I would respond, well, they're questioning mindfulness and purposefulness. But as we dive deeper into that, why did I choose these? Well, as a child grows up, these are very important characteristics, but also remain very important through adult life. Now, for example, being mindful in your life could lead to less stress and more happiness, while seeking purpose and asking questions is critical to living a life based on the values that you cherish. Now, questioning, because according to Paul Harris, a Harvard child psychologist, a child asks about 40,000 questions between the ages of 2 and 5. Now, if I was a parent, I'd get sick of that, but just saying. But what's interesting is that as they age, they tend to change their questions from simply facts to deeper understandings. And as we age as well, we tend to, it's less significant, but we have that same effect. And that's why questioning is very important to living a youthful life based on the questions that the values that you care about. Because if you're in an environment where you cannot ask questions or exercise your brain, how do you expect to progress your life forward? Now, that's a great stock picture, by the way. In order to stay youthful mentally, it's important to be mindful. The Harvard Business Review recently published that mindfulness in the workplace can lead to more efficiency, less conflict in the workplace. It goes on and on. But it doesn't stop at business, because being mindful in your personal life can lead to more fulfillment and happiness. And what's interesting is that children seem to be born mindful. Darrell Dunford from the Mayo Education Center spent years and years designing a program to help teachers with students from difficult backgrounds. And what he observed was that with just a little bit of mindfulness techniques, the children immediately were showing more compassion and self-esteem. And it's important to be mindful in your life in order to have a youthful mindset. Now, finally, we get to purpose, another great stock picture up there. Psychologist David Yeager and his colleagues went down to the San Francisco area to ask children about their life aspirations, and he was surprised when most of the children spoke of making a positive impact on their community or society versus simply making money or being a celebrity, attaining fame. And so it's important to set goals for yourself and strive to benefit not only you, but your family and community. So you understand the 3 youthful principles, but what does that mean for you? Because the advice that being mindful and seeking purpose can lead to a more fulfilling life has been around forever. But why is it so easy to hear, but so difficult to apply? Because in today's modern society, what we'd like more than ever is a quick fix. But if you're looking to make meaningful change, that simply isn't possible. Now, it's like an exercise plan. Practice the principles more, and you'll start to see growth, but don't practice them at all, and the effects will diminish. But that's why today I'm here to ask you to join me on the journey of starting your own beginner's youthful mind exercise plan. So grab a pen, a paper. You can write these down if you want, or just remember that. But I want you to start today, because first, we're going to question more. When you wake up, I challenge you to ask 3 questions to yourself on what you're thankful for. Just 3 questions. Begin to create a journal. And I'm not asking you to make 3 paragraphs about what you're thankful for, but simply 3 things, and be consistent. Do it each and every day. Secondly, I challenge you to be more mindful in your personal life. This means taking time out of your day to reflect upon yourself, whether that be through meditation or going to the gym or simply taking a walk in the park. There's an old Zen saying that goes, you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes each day, unless you're too busy. Then you should sit for an hour. That's why mindfulness is a key step in our training plan. Finally, I challenge you to seek purpose. This means making sure your actions are aligned with what your life aspirations are. It means taking out more time for your hobbies and using your passion to make the world a better place. Understand that your world and the world can be changed by the trivial things that you do, and seek to benefit all of humanity. I'd like to close with a quote from rock icon Tom Petty, who unfortunately passed this year, but sung, "I don't know what I've been told, but you never slow down, you never grow old." So, use the principles more and never grow up, because in order to take the next step, you must take a step back. Thank you very much.